Today, let's talk about a particularly awesome figure, Zhong Kui. In our traditional culture, Zhong Kui is the famous great ghost-catching deity, specializing in dealing with misbehaving ghosts and monsters. When you mention Zhong Kui, you might think of his fierce and menacing face and the large sword in his hand, specialized for exorcising demons. However, Zhong Kui isn't just a powerful ghost catcher. His story is truly fascinating and very interesting. Legend says Zhong Kui was from the Tang Dynasty. He was born exceptionally tall and mighty, though his appearance was, well, a bit scary. He had a pair of large eyes with a particularly sharp gaze, as if he could see right through ghosts and monsters. His face was very dark. His eyebrows were as thick as 2 brushes, and his mouth was also very large. When he smiled, he revealed a set of big white teeth, giving him a very powerful presence. But don't be fooled by his scary appearance. He was actually a very upright and just person. Zhong Kui's story begins in his youth. It's said that Zhong Kui was a very intelligent person, an excellent scholar, and full of knowledge. At that time, the Tang Dynasty had Imperial civil service examinations, so Zhong Kui went to participate. He thought he could definitely get a good score, and maybe even become a high-ranking official. As it turned out, although he did very well in the exam, because he was too ugly, the emperor rejected him as soon as he saw his face. Zhong Kui felt extremely wronged and thought it was very unfair. In a fit of anger, he ran to the wilderness outside Chang'an City and killed himself by smashing his head. After Zhong Kui died, he went to the underworld. Yan Wang, the king of hell, heard that he was a very talented and upright person, so he made him an official in the underworld, specifically responsible for capturing harmful ghosts and monsters. Zhong Kui already had a strong sense of justice, so he had finally found a place to use his skills. He carried a large sword and caught ghosts everywhere, capturing all the disobedient ones and sending them to the King of Hell for judgment. The King of Hell was very pleased with him, and even named him the Great Ghost-Catching Deity. Once, Chang'an City was haunted by ghosts. Many people were frightened by them, and even the emperor fell ill. The emperor hired many Taoist priests to catch the ghosts, but to no avail. Later, a minister gave the emperor an idea, saying, "Your Majesty, I've heard that Zhong Kui is a very powerful ghost-catching deity. Why not invite him to try?"